What's up guys, Bryce Michael RC here, and I wanted this video to be the 100% full review 3 months in of the Anycubic i3 Mega. I haven't done a review of it yet. I was waiting because most everybody out there does reviews of drones and 3D printers and different things that they get from Amazon and well, not just Amazon, but like GearBest and Banggood and stuff like that. They do the review as soon as it comes in. They start messing around that night. They may wait like a week and do a few things with it and then do a review after it and stuff, kind of just once they get familiar with it and everything. I like to wait a little while. If you guys remember, if you guys have been following my channel for a while, some of you guys have, I did my full review of the Phantom 3 Standard like a year after I got it because I wanted to see how it held up. And so I wanted this to be the 3-month review so I could really get kind of my shelf built up, get a whole bunch of stuff printed off, try a whole bunch of different filaments and do a bunch of different stuff with it, and then tell you guys everything that I could tell you about it, because there were some things within the first week that I didn't expect, things that I had to fix, things that I had to mess around with and things like that within the first week that, you know, I was going to tell you guys about and stuff. So bad news. Bad news. After 3 months of owning the Anycubic i3 Mega, which is right here, it has broken down, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't. Now, I'll put some video up right here that you guys can see of me working on the Anycubic i3 Mega. Let me tell you guys what happened, and if anybody has any ideas out there, you can let me know. I'm willing to try anything, but I've kind of ran to the end of my brain. My last post on the Anycubic i3 Mega was a video of me just saying, what the hell? You know, I didn't know what was going on, and I kind of did some research into it, found out a few things, and let me just tell you guys from the beginning. So I came walking in one day, and this thing had been running for about 10 hours, a 10-hour print. And I looked at it, and the print was down, you know, about here, and the extruder was about up here, and so there was a space between it, and there wasn't any filament coming out. The filament back in the where the filament feeds through was going tick, tick, tick. It wasn't feeding up, so there was a jam in the extruder. And so I hurried up and I turned it off, and I tried to unjam the extruder, but I couldn't get the filament back out. It was PLA in the tube, and so I jacked up the temperature all the way with the ABS temperatures, because that should have melted it completely, to try to unjam it. And I still couldn't get it unjammed. And so what I did is I got the extra extruder, which I had changed out previously. I had something go wrong with it in the beginning, and I thought it was the extruder, and I switched out the extruder, but it wasn't the extruder, it was something else. And so I went ahead and got the first extruder back, and I put it all back together, and I put it in. And then the part down here that you guys can see, when you turned it on, it would make the sound like it was turning on, but the display would only show like the light. It wouldn't show any of the design and stuff. Anycubic, if you guys see it, it does this like this setup thing where it goes dee-dee-dee, and then it shows this Anycubic sign and stuff like that. So that wouldn't turn on. It would just, the LED lights would come on. It would just be white and stuff. So I couldn't figure out what was going on with it, and I thought maybe that there's something wrong with the extruder. So I ordered a brand new extruder, which is in right now. You guys can see that it's still open. Here's the case that goes around the extruder here. I thought it might be the extruder, and so I put a brand new extruder in, brand new tube, everything, put it all into it, plugged it in, and the first time I turned it on, it went pow, and then shut off. And it popped. So I started looking this thing over, looking at all the wires, making sure there wasn't any shorts, trying to make sure that there was even flow, and everything was okay with the wiring. Everything was plugged in perfectly and stuff like that. And I found that there is a fuse on this side. And in this time, I got a hold of one of the Anycubic support people. His name's Larry. And he's been pretty responsive to me every single night. Well, he responds at night, which I'm assuming China probably works during the day, which is our night. So I would go to bed, he would respond to me at night, and then I would respond to him during the day, and then he'd respond to me that night. So he's pretty prompt. Every time I sent him an email, he sent me an email back the next day. So after I found that fuse, I changed the fuse out. I went up and found a fuse that was, these things take in the side in the plug-in area over on that side, right where the plug-in goes in, there's a 5 amp 250 volt fuse. And that 5 volt 250 watt fuse I took out, and it was, you could tell it was just, and like I said, I'll have video going up beside me the entire time that I'm discussing this to kind of show you guys what things look like when I was taking it apart and stuff. I flipped it over on the bottom of it. I took the whole bottom off to look at the wiring and stuff like that. But I determined that it was the fuse, and when I talked to him, we both determined that it was the fuse. So 5 amp, 250 watt fuse, doesn't really matter. It's not a specific type of fuse, so I went out and got a fuse that should work. I put it in, and instantly when I turned it on, it popped again and blew the fuse instantly. So I took it out, got another fuse. He had emailed me back, and I'll show you guys right up here his email to me, and he said that there's 2 different fuses, and so I don't know how to check the other fuse. So there could still be something with the other fuse, but the other fuse is soldered onto the board, so I really don't want to mess with that. I know I can unsolder it. I don't have any solder here, so I need to go out and get some solder, and I just don't want to mess with it at the moment because it's soldered onto a board, onto these 2 little pins that go onto the board. So that is still something that I can look into. I'm waiting for his response back on that. So if once I get an update, I'll let you guys know something if anybody's interested out there. But I've went through about 4 fuses trying to get this thing to work. He even said, he suggested to take the whole thing apart, take it off of the power supply, plug it into the wall with the fuse in, and turn it on. And I did that, and it didn't blow the fuse. It only blows the fuse when I plug it back into the Anycubic i3 Mega. So I'm not 100% sure what that is. I've went through everything. I've checked every wire, made sure nothing's crossing, making sure nothing's going this and that. And I thought maybe since it blew when I put the new extruder in, that it might be the extruder that's causing it. And so I unplugged, that's where this is all from. I took it apart and I unplugged the extruder, and I had 1 more fuse left out of all these fuses. And I made sure that it was completely unplugged, so these circuits should end right here. Made sure that it was completely unplugged, everything was good. I checked all these wires that are wrapped here and plugged it in, turned it on again, blew it again. So I'm currently at this position where I don't know what's wrong with the Anycubic i3 Mega. Now let me tell you some good things about this. Now that I've told you kind of the walk up to this point. The good thing about this is this thing is one of the best printers out there on the market. One of the best. When it prints amazingly. And when the Ultra Base works, it works amazingly. Now let me tell you this too. I ended up having to use adhesives and stuff. And I was kind of thinking that might be because I'm using like $15 filaments. I'm using budget filaments and stuff. It worked perfectly for the first week that I had the Anycubic i3 Mega, and then after that, nothing would stick to the Ultra Base anymore. Nothing, not even PLA. So I started having to use tape and adhesives and things, which you shouldn't have to use for this. And some other people online have told me that their Ultra Base has actually went out and stopped working for them too for some weird reason, which I don't understand why. And that could be another thing that's going on with the fuse. Maybe something with the Ultra Base is wrong, because, and I'll put a video up here, when you move this thing back and forth, it turns the thing on. Isn't that crazy? And I'm making a full, all these videos over to the side of me right now, I'm making a full video. So whenever I get this finally fixed and figured out, I'm going to post the video of everything. I'm giving you guys just an update at the moment because I'm not going to be able to make any more of the 3D cosplay stuff until the Anycubic i3 Mega gets fixed. Until this, well, not until this, either whatever comes first, June, the middle of June, or this gets fixed. So these won't be able to pick up until the middle of June, or if this gets fixed in the next couple weeks, I'll keep going. I do have one more that's going to be released this Thursday. If the paint will, the paint's been jacked up. I don't understand this thing. Orange. If anybody else out there have trouble with orange, I've been waiting and waiting and letting this orange dry. 3 days, 4 days, I spray the clear coat over the top of it and it spider webs up. Every time. I can't put clear coat on it. It's irritating the hell out of me. And I've sanded it down, resprayed the orange, clear coated it. Probably about, I've been doing it for about 3 weeks now. It's been a headache. And I started it before I started the Red Hood. And the Red Hood's done, and that came out last Thursday. and I still haven't been able to get the Deathstroke helmet done. So I've still got one more, and if I can't get it, I'm going to try it one more time with the clear coat, and if I can't get it, I can still get a high gloss orange on it, and I'll muddy it all up and make it look good, because I had it looking really, really good. I just wanted the gloss to match the other side, but you know, because a clear coat, you can tell the clear coat difference between a high gloss and a clear coat, and I didn't want clear coat, high gloss, you know. Well, I might have to do that, because I had it looking really good. I went and put the clear coat on it. Blech. So whichever comes first, the chicken or the egg, Anycubic i3 Mega gets fixed, or in June I'm going to order a CR10, one of the really big CR10s, because I don't want to print these things in pieces anymore. We're pretty far into the video right now. I've explained to you guys what has happened, but I will tell you the really good things about this. Like I've already started to tell you about the really good things about this. It's just been an amazing thing, and not having this thing in function right now, not having this thing in working order right now, has completely bummed me out. And I want to get, even when the CR10 comes in, I still want to get the Anycubic i3 Mega back up and running. I don't know, anybody that has any ideas out there that you want to throw my way? There's a lot of really satisfied customers out there, a lot of people that really love the Anycubic i3 Mega. There's only, doing research on the Anycubic, in fact, I tried to find videos that I could go off of to try and fix this thing, and there's only a few. Only a few of these have really broken down and been bad for people. Such an expensive machine. It's a $350 machine. Yeah, I have more ideas, more things going. So I really want to get this up. It bums me out, man. It really does. It bums me out being down. And every day I come in and kind of look at this thing, and I'm just like, oh, I should be printing right now. I should be printing something. And it's just sitting here docile, you know. And I have no idea. I hate getting at that point where I have no idea. Some of you guys are my subscribers because of the drones and stuff, and you guys all know out there that I can fix a drone in a second. Anything that goes wrong with a drone, you guys can get on here and ask me any question you want about any of the drones that I've featured on this channel, and I can tell you exactly how to fix any part of it. But when it comes to this Anycubic i3 Mega, everything that makes sense isn't working. So I don't know exactly what it is. Anycubic i3 Mega, if anybody out there is watching this video and wants to give me some ideas and wants to give me some pointers or something, let me know, because I'm in a position where, you know, I don't know. And this is kind of the end of my video right here. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know this stuff. Anycubic, it's kind of one of those things that if the Anycubic i3 Mega, if I can't get it fixed and we can't figure something out between the two of us, I have to give it a bad review, because 3 months of printing and then it's done, that doesn't add up. Why would you want to buy something that only lasts for 3 months? Seriously. And a lot of these other guys that are big major YouTubers that review the 3D printers have 20 3D printers, you know, 5 to 20 3D printers, and they don't run the Anycubic i3 Mega alone. They don't run it by itself. This is the only 3D printer that I've been running for 3 months, and it died. So when it comes to durability and lasting for a while, it's going to last them a whole lot longer than it's going to last somebody who just wants to buy one machine, somebody who wants to buy a reliable machine that's going to last them a while, and they don't want to get into reviews. All they want to do is 3D print and stuff like that. I'm going to have to make a review saying that this isn't the machine to go with if you want durability, because I've ran this for 3 months and it's done. It's done. And everything looks fine, and it's just blowing fuses. And if you can't turn the power on, you can't print. And you don't want to bypass the fuse, because if you bypass the fuse, then it can be really dangerous, because this thing runs high voltage and stuff, and it's one of those things, guys. Once I get the CR10, if I can't get this fixed by the time the CR10 comes in, and this just kind of sits on my shelf and the CR10 does work and the CR10 lasts longer, then I'm going to have to back the CR10. I hope that doesn't happen, because this thing's been amazing. It's printed amazing prints, but what are amazing prints for 3 months and then nothing ever after that? You know what I mean? It's just kind of, a lot of people online, CR10, that's what Anycubic is really kind of battling with. That's everybody kind of picks between the CR10 and the Anycubic. A lot of people love this machine, a lot of people love that machine. I wanted to own both of them at the same time, kind of run them side by side and do comparisons and stuff. But really kind of where we're at this moment is, if I can't get this fixed, it's going to be all up to seeing how long the CR10 lasts. And if it lasts for like a year and stuff like that, then I'm gonna have to really promote the CR10 hard and let people know about, you know, the Anycubic i3 Mega and the Ultra Base only working for like this thing. I know some people out there, I've heard your guys' videos, I've watched your guys' videos, so before you start getting in the comments and saying, I have a Anycubic i3 Mega and I've had it for this long, do you have any other printers, for one, that you run? Do you just run the Anycubic, or do you have other printers? Two, I know there's people out there that the Ultra Base has lasted longer than a week. I know some people that it hasn't even lasted 3 days. So that's a little inconsistent. So before you get into the comments, I've watched the videos of everybody praising the Ultra Base, saying how awesome, that's the reason I bought this, is because of the Ultra Base. I watched all the videos on it. And I know that there's some passionate Anycubic i3 Mega fans out there that really love this machine. But you got to ask yourself, are you just running the Anycubic, or are you running other machines as well? Most people start with the DIY, and by the time they get to the Anycubic, they have a couple machines. So kind of ask yourself that question. This is the first thing I started out with, because it's big, bulky, and heavy. It's so simple to put together. It stayed in one spot the entire time that I had it. So I don't understand how any wires could have gotten crossed or something, unless it was a part of any one of these moving parts, which I've checked all of them. And they're fine. So I don't understand what's going on, and if I can't figure out what's blowing the fuse, apart from getting a whole brand new machine, I'm gonna have to do a bad review on it. I don't want to. That's why I'm putting this video out first. I don't want to. I don't want to do a bad review because I've had so much fun with it. In fact, I'm biased to it. I love this machine so much because of the prints that it's done. But I do want to do a full 3-month review, and I think I'm going to put it off. It stopped at 3 months. In June, I'll do the 3-month review. Once I get the CR10 in, kind of see how the CR10 does, I'll do some comparison videos with the print to print, showing the different files, the same files printed on each one. And then I'll have to do if I don't have it fixed by then, I'm going to have to do a negative review on it, which sucks. It really does. Which I hope that doesn't come to pass, because I really hope I continue to print on this thing for the next year. I really do. I really do. But anybody that's been on my YouTube for a while, you guys know that I don't just stay to 3D prints. I don't just stay to quadcopters. I don't just stay to this or that. This is my channel that I do just whatever's in my life on. And one of the biggest things that I do on this channel is, if I don't like something, I don't just say that I like it just so I can get free stuff. I don't say that I just like something so somebody sends me something, so somebody else asks me to do a review because I'm just going to like everything. That's not what I do. I'm a budget person. I don't have a whole lot of money. I make some money off of YouTube. It's not even a nickel in a bucket. You know, it's really not all that much money. I don't have a ton of views, don't have a ton of subscribers, but I try to stay honest with it. That way somebody out there who may have the same life as me, who doesn't have a lot of money to spend, but wants to get something that's not a DIY, crappy printing 3D printer, or a 3D printer where they have to print all these extra pieces just to get the printer to make good prints. Somebody who wants a really good machine out there. Maybe somebody will stumble over this video, and if I do a bad review, then they'll stumble over the video, and it'll stop them from purchasing an Anycubic i3 Mega because of the risk of it just dying for good, just out of nowhere. You know, it was one problem then the next. Jammed, changed it out, blew the fuse. One thing after another, guys. I hope you guys can understand before you start leaving bad comments and stuff and saying, you know, oh, blah, you know, you're just, I hope I've been able to express how just depressed I am that this thing doesn't work right now. How just let down I am because of how amazing this thing has been. In fact, I considered not getting a different type. I considered buying another Anycubic. I considered just having 2 Anycubic i3 Megas, maybe even 3, because the CR10, the bigger one, is almost $600. you could buy almost two more of these for that price. And I debated on doing it, having 3 Anycubic i3 Megas instead of that one, and just running all 3 of them at the same. I don't know. I had different ideas or other Anycubic products. There's another Anycubic product with the it's a more stationary bed, and it has the 3 things that come down, and it kind of just moves around and goes up. It's with ball hinges and stuff. I'll put a picture up here of that machine. Thought about getting the bigger machine and that smaller machine, kind of doing a review of both of them and just kind of showing Anycubic products, because I was so in love with the Anycubic name itself and the product itself that I'm just let down. I really am, and I just don't want somebody else to go through it if they don't have to. And if there's another comparable priced machine out there that prints just as good like the CR10 does, and they're right up there with each other, if I get the CR10 and it works longer, I've got to let people know. I've got to let you guys know. I've got to be honest with you. So anyways, I'm Bryson Michael RC. We've got one more Thursday of the 3D prints, and I may do the Stormbreaker. I don't know where I'm at on that whole idea, so I might have 2 more weeks left, and then it's going to be radio silence on those until about June. I may do a few more drone videos, and then when either this gets done, either this gets fixed, or I get the CR10, then we'll start those back up, because I had so much fun with it. That's my favorite hobby of all time, building these things. And a lot of you guys out there have liked it. My subscribers is going up, and my views are going up as a total. So I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody out there. If you guys like these cosplay things, please leave me a comment, hit that notification button. If you guys want to support me on Patreon, go to Bryson Michael RC on Patreon and just let me know what's up. And we'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good one.